Welcome back, Gem Hunters. In this video, we're going to go over nodes and 6 different protocols that have a lot of potential. Some of them already are very well known, but others are kind of new. So with that being said, let's dive into it. And I'm also going to be assessing and giving you a risk factor or a risk rating that can help you gauge where you should potentially be investing. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, so please always do your own research. But let's just dive right into it. First thing is first, we have Cubo Money or Cubo Protocol. Now, what is Cubo Protocol? First off, they're brand new. So my risk assessment for this is pretty low. If I had to give it out of 10, I'd put like 3 or 4, given that they're relatively new and we don't know too much about them. So with that being said, let's actually dive into what they say. Cubo is a node protocol that owns its own liquidity. Cubo also maintains and grows a DAI treasury that gives the token a real floor value. And just so you know, it automatically adjusts its supply in order to maintain a stable yield forever, which again makes it an elastic supply basically, given that it can adjust whenever it wants. Besides this, the DAO contracts owns almost of the tokens in circulation, so there's no possibility of rugging. So long story short, and by the way, you know, when they say that the DAO contract owns almost all of the tokens in circulation, there's no possibility of rugging. There is a possibility of rugging if individuals, if they own the liquidity pair, the liquidity token, even though the DAO holds it, if they own the LP, yeah, they can rug at any moment given the fact that they own that liquidity token. So just because the DAO owns the tokens in circulation doesn't mean that they can't not rug. So again, that's kind of like a little bit of a red flag for me that they're trying to enforce the, hey, we can't rug type of aspect. But again, it shouldn't really go against what I see potentially being a protocol that is around for a while. So here's the other thing. If you go and take a look at the type of nodes, you can see the ROI per day and pretty much how you can hit a 1% ROI. It requires 5,000 Cubo and 5,000 DAI. So again, this is, it's very simple. If we go and take a look at the Cubo price right now, it's $16.89. We're looking on the daily. And just so you know, it looks like this was deployed on the 15th of January, at least according to Dex Screener. So really quickly, just so you can see, they're assuming a $1 Cubo. So in order to go ahead and be able to provide liquidity here, you would be looking at 15,000 divided by, let's just say $17, rounded up. You need around 294 Cubo and 5,000 DAI to participate in the Giga Cubo pool and earn that 1% ROI daily. Next, let's keep going. Then we have Dairy.money. Now, Dairy.money is relatively new as well. I'm going to give this, I'd say 4 out of 10 also. However, the UI, the platform I like what I see, but again, just because the UI is nice doesn't mean anything. So what is Dairy Money? Dairy is and was designed to open the doors of DeFi to anyone through a multi-chain yield processing node. It's essentially DeFi as a service. Instead of navigating blindly between 300 different node protocols that can be scams and DeFi, you would just have to use one token and one platform, Dairy Money and the Milk token. So they essentially allocate the capital into high yield producing nodes without having to run any softwares or pay insanely high fees. And again, you can do this all through manually swapping, bridging, staking, bonding, etc., all done by Dairy Money. So again, really interesting what they're doing. And just so you can see right here, the community will follow a decentralized governance model as a DAO and decide how the treasury funds are invested throughout the lifespan, as long as the protocol is around. To help innovate and build the sustainability of the protocol and product itself, every cow holder will be granted a single vote. So we can see the Milk token over here, brand spanking new, just maybe about a week or so old, and 10 days or so. And this is at $174 per Milk token, which again, we're going to definitely see a pullback. So every single new protocol that launches typically has an immense rally, and then we see a minor correction. So we can see this rally over here, and then we see this correction, we see another rally. Again, we have this little pullback, and then again, another rally. Now we're going into another pullback when it comes down to Cubo. However, you can expect the Milk token to follow a similar pattern as well. Nothing goes up forever. Next, we're going to talk about Gala Games. Now, Gala Games is interesting because they have the ability to run a Gala node. However, the price to run a single node in order to run one node is around 303,000. So let's just round it down to 303,000 exact. We'll open up the calculator again. We'll go with 303,000 multiplied by the amount of Gala that you need, so 31 cents. It'll cost roughly, this is really expensive, so I'm not gonna put too much emphasis on here. It's give or take around $100,000 at the current price just to run a single Gala node. So I'm not going to talk too much about this, given the fact that many of us can't afford this, nor would want to put all our eggs in one basket if that were the case. Next, everybody's favorite recently is Strong Block, as well as, and I don't mention this in this video, but we also have Thor out there. Thor is probably one of the best and most well-known right now. So I would definitely suggest taking a look at Thor. But again, I don't include that in this video, given the fact that everybody knows about Thor nodes already. So we have Strong Block and the Strong Token. I made a video about this the other day, and I actually misspoke. I did the math completely wrong. So again, you can watch that video about strong nodes in the description down below. However, if you just take a look, it requires 10 strong in order for one single node to be created. So that equals to around $3,650 in current market value right now in order to run a strong node. Now, strong nodes are pretty much relatively well known in the space, as well as Thor. Those two pretty much have a massive market share and all the hype around them as well. So I'm not going to spend too much time on strong. Then we have Flux. Now, Flux is interesting. This is run on Flux.io. It's scalable, decentralized computational network. The Flux.io is powered by Flux node infrastructure run by individual Flux holders. Flux nodes are geographically spaced all over the world, so developers can ensure that their apps are accessible by users at any given time. Now, if we scroll down, we can see the Flux node structure. We can see right here 10,000 Flux, which again, at current market value would put it at $20,000. Putting this to the higher side, we would see around 2.5% for the block rewards, 25,000, 12.5, 100,000, which again, 100,000 would put it to just around $200,000, would pretty much have you in the realm of 30%. But then you have to consider this right here. What will be the specifications needed for the Flux nodes after the collateral halving in 2022? You'll notice that the requirements in order to run a node is definitely going to be a lot stronger in regards to what was needed over here, given the block size also expands. So just keep that in mind. Just like mining, just like computing power is needed for proof of work chains, the bigger the block sizes get as it progresses, the more computing power is needed in order to receive rewards from mining that block. Same exact thing with nodes. As the blocks increase, the computational power increases as well. The more hardware upgrades you're going to need. So again, just keep this in mind that obviously the amount of Flux you're going to need in order to offset this is also a lot lower. It's pretty much halved in most cases, except the Cumulus, where it's a tenth of what was needed with the same block rewards. And just so you know, in order to be prepared, for those of you that are in or want to know when this happens, it's March 1st of this year that we start to see the halving and all the equipment needs to be upgraded. Next, let's talk about Essentia. Now, Essentia is interesting. It's a masternode powered by blockchain that enables the interoperability and cross-chain transactions. It's an all-in-one platform that manages all things crypto. And it integrates with L2 transactions with ZK snarks. So there's ZK snarks and Starks. Snarks are the best when it comes to layer 2. Those are ZK rollups. And Starkware. Essentia is designed to be simple, secure, and decentralized. Now, why I really like Essentia is because of the simple fact that it's working with layer 2 solutions. And for those of you that know anything about the crypto space, is that layer 2s, specifically for Ethereum, are going to blow up this year, and they're going to blow up insanely fast because it's going to dramatically increase the transaction success time, or just the transactions that are allowed per block. The speed of those transactions will increase, and also the actual fees that individuals are paying are going to be way lower. So, you know, gas fees, how they're like 100, 200, some cases $300 plus. Layer 2s fix this solution, or are the solution, and fix this problem. So you could see a masternode operator receives 25% of the total block rewards, and supernodes receive 75% of that pool of the total block rewards. Now, the one thing to mention is that yes, it's an ERC20 token, which means it's on Ethereum, so gas fees and just fees in general in order for participating in this particular protocol is definitely a little bit more expensive than, you know, all the others that are on Polygon, that are on AVAX, etc. So we can see, even though it's not loading, we could see that it's on Uniswap, the pair on Uniswap, where individuals can go ahead and provide liquidity and get rewarded for providing liquidity. But if we scroll down as well, you can see, which we just covered, setting up a node, a master node or a super node. However, we can also see that you have the ability to generate rewards with your Essentia by having Mars nodes, and also by going ahead and being able to stake your particular tokens. Now, it's interesting with the whole staking platform that they have here, because let's just say you have 10,000 Essentia, or you know what, let's just go and say you have 100,000, okay? So we're going to take 100,000 multiplied by the current price of the Essentia token, and we're going to have $121.10. So let's just go with 100,000, and let's just say our lockup period is 1 year. You'll see that specific time period reward is around 19,300 ESX. And again, you can do the 19,300 multiplied by the exact cost it was. So it's around $23.37 at the current time of recording this, if the price stays the same. So again, staking is an option as well. However, running a node is also another option for those that want to run an actual node. But again, this is a lot more intricate than your regular nodes. So I would highly recommend going and just taking a look at Essentia.1 and seeing exactly how it all works. So we can also see that required coins for a master node is 300,000 ESSX, which again, if we multiply that again, it's just a multiple of 3. So you can see the total price is $370. We can also see the ROI annually is around 80.16%, which is phenomenal. Now, if you want to go ahead and just see an easier path in order to get a somewhat decent ROI, if the price maintains its current value, if not it goes up, then again, 20% is phenomenal on just 10,000 ESSX. However, you can farm, you can stake, you can borrow and lend as well. But again, staking is definitely less of a reward. However, it doesn't require all the hoops that you need to jump through as well. So I would definitely suggest looking at Essentia, because there's a lot of ways that you can earn passive income through their particular protocol. And not only that, but they have their own app as well. So again, this is really, really incredible to see that they have a working, viable product that can be used, which again leads me to just have Essentia at the top of my list here. And the risk rating, I would give this like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. But again, this is all predicated on the price of Essentia remaining the same, if not going up. And we can see over the last 3 months or so that it's kind of been on a downtrend, but so has the entire market. So we can't really look at it through that specific lens. But these are the actual nodes that I personally think are going to either see incredible growth or are decent for long-term sustainability, passive income plays, just kind of set and forget, if you will. And if there's any other nodes that I missed out, again, I didn't include Thor in here because I'll create a separate video on Thor nodes, but I definitely love these. Let me know your thoughts. Smash a like on this video, subscribe with notifications for more, and I look forward to speaking to all of you very soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye.